only been a few public enemy number one in American history. The first is probably the most notorious, and that's Al Capone. But the second one is equally notorious, and that's John Dillinger. And I'm holding in my hand a handwritten letter of John Dillinger written in prison in Indiana, Mooresville, Indiana, and it's dated Michigan City, January 17, 1932, to his brother. He just learned behind bars that his brother's girlfriend, who he'd had for a long time and planned on marrying, had jilted him. And he decided to write his brother a letter from prison. Dear brother, well, kid, I expect you think it's about time you received a letter from me. I sure would like to see you, kid, and the rest of the folks too. The reason I didn't write all last summer or fall was that I was in checks. I was in prison all the time and wasn't in the humor to write. I graded up a couple days before Christmas, but I suppose I'll lose out again right away. It just seems like I can't keep out of trouble here. Of course, it was just as bad at the reformatory or nearby, so anyway, I guess I am just incorrigible. Good word for him. I wish I was back at the reformatory, for I know I could get out in 6 months there. And besides, it's closer to home, and I could see you oftener. So you lost your gal. Oh, well, kid, why worry? There's plenty more out there, ha-ha. What would you live on anyway? The job you've got now wouldn't even buy your groceries. If you want your brother's opinion, which you probably don't, I never thought so much of her. A good-looking kid like you can do better. Of course, if you hadn't split up, you would never have gotten a peep out of me, for if you had married her, I'm sure I could stand it. But if I was out there with you, we would doll up and sure step out. And I don't mean baby. I am feeling pretty good. How are you? And all the rest of the folks. Sorry I couldn't send you anything for Christmas. We got our pay cut and only make 10 cents a day. By the time you pay for your toothpaste, soap, papers, and magazines, you haven't much left. I never did get that 12-page letter Mary wrote, and I haven't heard from Sis since I wrote before. But I hope you don't worry about Clarice, must have been his girl, anymore. She is the loser, not you. If she really cared for you, she wouldn't have cared whether you had anything or not. Anyway, you're young, and you'll find lots of girls nicer than Clarice. Don't know when I'll write again, for I got in a little trouble yesterday, so I'll probably lose my grade tomorrow. But don't worry, bud. I'll get out of here sometime. I've actually escaped 2 prisons. And it will come out in the wash. All come out in the wash. I guess I'll write to Mary if and whenever I write again. Gee, kid, you wish baseball season would hurry up and come. I only seen from 4 or 5 games last year because I was in checks. I hope Dad, Sis, and George can get me transferred back to the reformatory this spring. Believe me, if they don't, I'll serve watch my step, and I'll watch my step, and I'll get out the next fall. Have you been going to the basketball games this year? The hometown must be pretty rather bad, because I've read one time after another that they've lost. Dad and Mom, please tell Dad and Mom that I would like to see them. If George drives Sis up to see me, all of you come that can. Well, kid, that's everything. Hello for me, and I hope all of you are well. So long from here. John Dillinger, number 13225.